Cruise lines don't advertise this, but once you're in the middle of the ocean, the rules change. And if you break them, your fate may be in the hands of a country you've never even visited. What happens if you commit a crime on a cruise ship? Cruise ships feel like giant floating resorts, relaxing, peaceful, and designed to keep you thinking about anything except danger. But the truth is simple. A cruise ship is its own small city, and like any city, crimes can happen, ranging from small thefts all the way to serious criminal offenses. But what makes cruise ships different is jurisdiction, the question of who actually has the authority to act. Because in the middle of the sea, you are not under the laws of the country you came from, or even the country you're sailing to. Instead, you fall under something very specific, the law of the flag state, meaning the country whose flag the cruise ship is registered under. This is why many ships are registered in Bahamas, Panama, Malta, Liberia, and other countries you may never have visited. Now let's break down exactly what happens when someone commits a crime on board, step by step, and how security, cruise policies, and international law come into play. Wow! Section 1. The moment a crime is reported. Most passengers assume that cruise ships don't have real security, but the opposite is true. On nearly all major cruise lines, there is a fully trained security team, an investigation officer, surveillance staff monitoring the ship, cameras covering almost all public areas, restricted access areas for detainment. The moment a crime is reported, whether it's theft, assault, harassment, or possession of banned items, the ship locks into a strict protocol. Here's what usually happens. 1. The victim or witness reports it to guest services or security. 2. Security immediately reports the complaint and escorts involved individuals. 3. The investigation officer takes statements and reviews surveillance. 4. Evidence is locked in a secure onboard environment. 5. The captain is informed because legally he is the highest authority on board. The captain's role is extremely powerful. At sea, the captain is responsible for enforcing law and safety until an official jurisdiction takes over. Wow! Section 2. Who has legal authority? This is where cruise ship laws get interesting. Authority depends on where the ship is located. 1. In territorial waters, 0 to 12 miles from a country. The laws of that country apply. Example, if you're near Florida, U.S. law applies. 2. In international waters, the law of the flag state applies. Example, a ship registered in the Bahamas follows Bahamian law here. 3. In a foreign port, the laws of that port country apply. This means if a crime is serious, the cruise line often waits until the next port, where local police board the ship and take over. Wow! Section 3. What happens to the offender? Depending on the severity of the crime, the consequences vary. 1. Minor offenses. Verbal warnings, written warnings, restricted access to certain areas, confiscation of banned items. 2. Moderate offenses. Fines, onboard detainment, removal from the ship at the next port, banned from the cruise line permanently. 3. Serious offenses. Assault, sexual crime, theft, weapon possession. Immediate detainment, evidence secured, offender isolated under watch. Law enforcement boards the ship at next port, full handover to authorities. And yes, cruise ships have holding cells, often referred to as the brig, detention room, security holding area. They are small, simple, monitored, and only used for serious safety risks. Wow! Section 4. The 10 banned items that can get you in serious trouble. Now let's shift to the countdown section you requested. These are the items cruise ships strictly prohibit, and possessing them can lead to security action, confiscation, fines, or detainment depending on severity. 10. Clothing irons and ironing devices. They seem harmless, but they are banned because they can start fires, the #1 disaster at sea. Cruise ships confiscate them instantly. 9. Candles and open flames. Any open flame is a fire hazard. Security will remove them and warn the passenger. 8. Alcohol beyond allowed limit. Cruise lines allow limited alcohol, but smuggling extra can lead to confiscation, warnings, in rare repeated cases, removal from ship. 7. Drones. Banned because they risk guest injury, privacy violations, falling into the ocean. Security keeps them until cruise ends. 6. Power strips with surge protection. They cause electrical overloads on ships, confiscated immediately. 5. Weapons, even small ones. This includes knives, pepper spray, tasers, batons. If found, security treats it extremely seriously. Possible detention and police involvement. 4. Illegal drugs. Cruise lines follow zero tolerance. Consequences? Immediate detainment, removal from ship, handover to authorities, possible criminal charges depending on country. 3. Handcuffs and restraints. Surprisingly common among first-time cruisers, but completely banned. Security confiscates them and records a violation. 2. Firearms. Unless you are authorized security personnel, firearms are strictly forbidden. If discovered, the offender may face detention and arrest. 1. Any item that threatens ship safety. This includes explosives, fuel containers, flammable liquids, hazardous materials. These are treated as major criminal offenses under maritime law. Wow! Section 5. Why cruise crime is taken so seriously. Cruise lines operate under strict international safety rules. Any risk, no matter how small, is taken seriously. Because a ship is isolated at sea, fire spreads rapidly, medical resources are limited, evacuations are difficult, passenger safety is top priority. So even minor violations can become major security events. Wow! Section 6. Can you be arrested on a cruise ship? Absolutely, but not by regular police. Instead, offenders may be detained in the ship's brig, escorted by security, turned over to police at the next port, prosecuted under foreign law. This is why cruise lines always warn passengers to follow all rules, because punishments vary depending on where the ship docks next. Wow! Section 7. The final takeaway. If you commit a crime on a cruise ship, you're not getting away with it, because you're at sea. In fact, you may face stricter enforcement because of the international laws and safety risks. Every crime is documented, every serious offense is reported, and every offender is handed over to the proper authorities. So, the next time you board a cruise ship, remember, these floating resorts may look carefree and relaxing, but they operate under some of the strictest safety rules in the world. And if someone breaks those rules, the consequences follow them long after the cruise ends. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe,